the hour, and at this time, the April 25th, 2024 meeting of the Lawrence Board of Public Works and Safety will come to order. The chair recognizes a quorum, and the first item of business is the approval of the regular minutes, meeting minutes from the March 28th, 2024 meeting. Any discussion, or is there a motion?
Mr. President, I move approval of the minutes as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The minutes of the March 28th, 2024 meeting are approved. Next item is unfinished business, which there is none, so we'll move to new business at this time. And the first item is item A, approval of an engagement letter with Baker Tilly. I don't know if anybody is represented from Baker Tilly is here or not, Mr. Chief of Staff.
I don't believe so.
Any discussion?
Is there? Okay, I wasn't sure.
I am, but I was under the impression that Ms. Finley was going to
She is not, no.
be neither is Humphrey.
No.
Okay.
I think there may have been a miscommunication on that one. I think they were expecting Baker Tilly to present, but,
Okay, well, that's fine. I can speak to it.
okay,
If
great.
you would, please. Thank you. Evening.
Good evening. My name is Susan Cowan. I'm a senior manager with Baker Tilly. We are a municipal advisory accounting firm. We were contacted by the city potentially to assist with financial and accounting needs. I've had a couple meetings with Ms. Finley and Mr. Nagila. He's expressed some of his concerns, some of his issues that he'd like to work through. So we have prepared for you a statement of work and a master services agreement to sort of start that work. The first step is to get through your financials for 2023. He needs some assistance for the online gateway annual report that's required, and we're ready to start that as soon as tomorrow if you choose to approve the agreement this evening. So first we would start with that, get that process done, then move on to assisting with budgeting, financial planning, capital planning, and other processes going on in the future. Those would be under separate agreement. This first agreement covers specifically the assistance with the financial statements.
Thank you, Ms. Cowan. Is there any comments or questions from the board?
I do have a question. I know that there is typically a State Board of Accounts annual audit. Does that apply to the city of Lawrence or?
The State Board of Accounts, unfortunately, does not always get an annual one done every year.
Okay.
We generally, with those units that are regularly issuing debt through bond issuances, they get done more regularly than other units. I know that the city is considering debt at this point, and if it hasn't been done for a couple years, you definitely should request to be audited. But part of the work here that we would intend to do would be to help you get ready, get things in order for the event of an audit.
That was my question.
And potentially in the future, again, there's sort of a number of steps in question here, but eventually to get to a CAFR, a type accounting report would be an eventual plan, maybe as well, in some basis of accrual accounting rather than the standard required cash accounting as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, so these are the first steps that sort of have to happen in order to get to the next levels.
Okay.
Question I have is, does the city currently have a CAFR? Have they gone through that process before? Brands of annual financial
Not to
report?
my understanding, no. So we're hoping to get there.
This is a,
Step towards
that
that.
would be good to do that. Yes. Any other questions of Ms. Cowan?
Hearing no questions, I move approval of the contract with Baker Tilly.
I second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Right?
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank
Ms.
you very
Cowan.
much.
Thank you.
The next item is item B, which is the approval of engagement letter with Fager Drinker, which is a law firm. I don't know if anybody's from here from Fager.
No representation from their firm tonight. I can speak to this a little bit, though. We're engaging Fagery Drinker to help us through union contract negotiations with our public safety departments. This is the year that contract is up, and so we are hoping to work with Fagery Drinker to come to an agreement with both the fire and police unions and get a sufficient contract set back up.
Any other comments or questions? Board members? Not, the chair will entertain a motion.
Hearing no questions or comments, I move approval of the engagement letter for 2024 with Faegre Drinker.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. And the next item is item C, which is approval of a service agreement with First Due for the fire department. Chief?
Hello. As always, thank you for your service. This is a contract with First Due. Right now, we have many programs that we use for different components of the fire service. We have a staffing program. We have a record management program. We have a patient care reporting program, so on and so forth. With First Due, what it does is it has its own program. All these come under one umbrella. It's more efficient for the fire department. And there's also some additional programs that we currently don't use that we want to implement that's included in this package. So something we started looking at the beginning of the year, and I think it will definitely make us more efficient in what we do.
Any questions or comments from the
I
board?
do, just because I'm curious, could you give me an example of some of the programs that you would use this for?
Sure. So, for example, we have a staffing program right now that we use, and First Due also has a staffing program, so it'd be replacing that. But we also have a separate program for training. And when we go to put in trainings, we have to put everybody's name in separately from the staffing program because they're two different programs. And this is just an example, but with First Due, what it would do is it could see, hey, this is who's working today. And we go to put in training, automatically imports those records
would integrate
it
the
integrates
data.
together. And then when our individuals go on a fire run, they also have a third program currently that they have to put all the names in again. This is like, oh, well, I see who's on staffing, so it populates it over to the fire run report as well. So, and down the road, the hopes with all these programs integrating will be easier for grant reporting or other types of reports as well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any further questions or comments?
Hearing no questions or comments, I would move approval of the agreement for services with First Use as presented.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Chief,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.
Next item on our agenda is comments of the administration. Mr. Chief of Staff, anything?
No comments from the administration this evening.
Our next item is our citizen comments. Is anybody in the audience that would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none, the chair would like to both thank and recognize the in attendance City Council President Betty Robinson and Councilmember Liz Mazur. Council members, thank you for being here and your interest. Is there anything that you care to address to the board this evening?
Also, one more note, our chamber president is here as well, Brad Kloffenstein. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kloffenstein, for being here from the Chamber of Commerce. Appreciate your attendance. Any other comments from the board? Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move adjournment.
I will second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you very much. We are adjourned.